Can
Okay,
you
now
hear
we're
me?
recording.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can see the little. Hey, we can make a little dick.
yeah, you
What?
could play with your little dick.
What a great way to start this, right?
All right, Diego, you were talking about was it fucking Blue Robin or Kippo or
Yes, Blue
Red Robin.
Robin.
What the fuck? Blue Robin, he says.
That classic Blue Robin. That Blue Jay
Yum.
food.
Blue Robin.
Blue
Yum.
I was
Robin.
surprised the first
Numbers.
time I went there and I saw there was an egg on the burger.
You never heard of an egg on a burger
No,
beforehand?
no.
No, remember when we all went to
Bro.
eat and then I got that one burger and like everybody was like, dude, that's fucking crazy.
What burger
You
did you
just
get?
It was a breakfast burger because I think it was like noon ish. So I figured, you know what? I'll just eat some good protein with the protein. Why not?
You're cutting mad out, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with my mic right now.
he bites into it and all the yellow yolk comes out.
That's what always disturbs me about breakfast burgers. I mean, I've had breakfast burgers that were super amazing in the past, especially at Denny's. But whenever I'm not a fan of sunny side up, right? So any kind of raw yolk is it's weird to me, right? And I can't imagine having that on red meat burger. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Or
to be
having that
fair though,
soak
it
up in
wasn't a
milk.
red meat burger though.
Did you have chicken?
No, it was a
What was
meat burger. It wasn't like raw.
well, red meat in terms of like beef and
Yeah.
such.
Right, yeah.
I can't picture having a burger in the morning.
Oh, it's
Dog,
lit,
I can
dude.
eat anything in the morning if it's possible.
Yeah, my morning routine is mainly just whatever I had for dinner last night and whatever leftovers those are. I'll have that in the morning.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But like if we go to a restaurant and like, hey, you can have a burger, you can have a burrito, like it's in the morning, I am not gonna order. I'm gonna order like a typical breakfast food. I
I'm
don't
with
know.
you on that.
I'm just like that. But if it's like obviously if I made it last night and there's still some leftovers, I'm gonna go ahead and eat it. But if we're at a restaurant and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and make me a fucking burger in the morning.
I'm see, I fucking love breakfast food. Like it's like always my go to. So like it could be 3 in the morning. I'm still gonna order pancakes at Denny's. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, but yeah,
I, I
it's
am a
very
I'm a
rare that
witness to that.
yeah. When was it? Like we were out and about at like 4 in the afternoon. I just had a no after our concert, even after our
Yeah, we
which
went to
concert was
go
it? After
see
our Primus.
Mastodon and Primus, and I think it must have been around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, and we go to was it Denny's or IHOP?
It was Denny's. It was Denny's.
We
Yeah.
go to Denny's, and sure enough, we get the menu, and I'm like, man, I want a good burger, and Peter over here is just like, yeah, you know what? I'll have some pancakes.
Given the only reason I had pancakes was because they were tres leches pancakes, and it was new at the time, and I was like, man, that sounds freaking amazing, and so
You
that's
know
why I had to have it.
the pancakes at Denny's, they put them in a microwave, right?
Bro, I don't give a fuck. They're good, all right. I'll have them.
I thought they were homemade, but or maybe they have, maybe they've changed. But I knew a kid in middle school that his mom worked for Denny's, and he would be like, "Hey, you know they microwave those pancakes, right?"
Just deep in your ear, like pancakes.
And I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
No,
He's
that's
like,
one
"Yeah,
of
my
those
mom works
things.
there."
That's one of those things where it's like, you know what? As long as it's good, it will pass. Like it's fine.
Don't tell me how it's made or where it came from or what I'm eating or who I'm eating. Just
I
it's good, dog.
As long as it's
I
good, as long as it
absolutely
fills my
hate
belly, and I'm fine.
I absolutely hate the people that will do that to you. Like you'll tell them, "Hey, my favorite food is this," and they will absolutely do everything in their power to ruin it. There was this one guy I used to work with at Cox, and I told him, "Yo, like one of my favorite meats is fish. I love fish, fried fish, grilled fish, however you want to make the
I just
fish.
want to point
I'm
out,
eating the fish."
fish
Yeah.
isn't a meat. Fish is fish.
And this guy for like this guy for like the next hour during our lunch break is just like, listen, you eat your shit infused meat because in the ocean we shit in the ocean. You enjoy your shit infused meat. And I was like, yes, I will enjoy my shit infused meat. It's
You're one
good.
of those fucks that bring fish for lunch.
No, no, no. I didn't bring. No,
Hey,
no,
even
no.
if he was,
Absolutely not.
I would
That's
back
a
that up.
sin.
I've done that before at Target, and
That's a
I'm proud of
sin.
it.
Oh no, that's a sin,
I'm
dude.
proud of it. Bring in
I
tuna.
don't
Let's
mind the
go.
smell of fish, but I know everyone else doesn't like the smell of fish, so I won't do that. But I mentioned to him like, hey, if we go to the bar later, I'm gonna see if they have like fish and chips or something along those lines. And he was like, bro, what the fuck? Why would you have fish? It's covered in shit. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fine. I promise.
I promise it's not. I took the shit off.
I
It's
asked
not
the
even.
waiter, can you please hold the shit?
It's not even
I
that.
love
You
how
have
he
to
worries about
imagine
shit
that
and not
they.
like heavy metals or anything, you know?
Yeah, I'd be more concerned about the chemicals in the ocean, but I mean, everything's covered in shit at the end of the day, so it's whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to imagine that most places would clean it off to some degree.
Yeah, I guess it would all depend on the not the manufacturer, but I guess what would the right term be? Not the slaughterhouse either, but it all depend on whoever's harvesting the meat. It
Yeah,
would depend on
The
them to
fishermen,
make
whatever
sure
the hell
it's
they're
clean.
called,
fish farm.
the markets,
Mm,
fish
I would say
farm.
fishing company, fishing farm.
Well, you say fishing company, it sounds like a Cabela's or something.
Whatever the fuck Bubba Gump shrimp was, that's what I'm talking about. It's up to them to make sure that the fish is clean. There's a video out there where it's just I think I'm pronouncing this wrong, but it's gonna be like Hiroma something, where
Hiroba.
he'll cut the fish in front of you, like he'll make sushi, he'll make all these
Oh,
amazing,
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. He's like a famous sushi chef.
kind of a big guy. He made a
Yeah,
collab
yeah,
with
yeah.
like Guga as well. Pretty cool
Mm.
dude.
Yep, yep, yep.
So he's big,
He
huh?
Do,
made a video and he made a video, and in the video he cuts up a fish and he opens up the fish and it's absolutely like infused with worms. Like I don't know if they're like tapeworms or anything or whatever the fuck, but immediately he's like, ah, damn it, ah,
he's like,
damn
das is good.
it.
Why are you putting a
That's
German
like-
accent?
he's Asian to be fair.
This
Yo, do
just
you guys
in,
devine your
racism.
shrimp?
Devein the shrimp.
Yeah.
So me and Diego know this firsthand. Every time we'll make like a seafood boil, we'll do our best to devein, but it's such a pain in the ass.
Well, no, hold
No, you
on.
gotta
It's a
do it.
pain in the ass because we're unfit and we can't stand for more than like, a minute at a time without being
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Yeah, that's
You guys
more
make
on
it
me.
sound like yours are like 280 or something.
But
You guys
for the
can't sit
most
and do
part,
I mean, almost.
yeah, deveining it's fine if you have a sharp enough knife. If you don't have a sharp knife, it's a pain in the ass.
I'm sure if we learn a tutorial on how to like do it like a pro, where it's like 2 seconds devein, bada boom, then yeah, it might not be a problem for us. But since we're standing over a sink, and we're not used to standing over a sink, it puts a toll on the back.
Someone has their phone
But
close to the microphone.
That's me, my
given
bad.
it is because we are unfit, so that's what it is.
So you guys, so the answer is no.
The answer is we do our best.
Yeah, we try.
So the
The
answer is
answer
no.
is we're too lazy.
No, we're not
We
lazy.
put in
We
the
do
good
it.
shit.
We do it, but we do it, very unhappily.
We will complain the entire time.
So you guys bitch and moan.
I just have a
Yes.
bad back.
Why don't you guys sit down?
Yeah,
I
just because
mean,
it's easier to clean up to do it over the sink anyway, and we don't have. I mean, but we don't think it through most of the time. We're just like, okay, let's just start deveining, and then, I'm too lazy to go get a chair and then have to move it there and then like sit above the sink. I don't know. We just fucking do
Why
it.
don't you guys just buy it deveined already?
Because
That usually depends
Well-
on the shrimp, depending on the deal and whatnot. We usually try
Yeah,
to get
we-
like the best deal, and that happens to be the one that still has the vein inside of it.
I mean, the difference is like $1. I will say it's $1 because first time your girlfriend went shopping with me, I was gonna buy the one that's already deveined. The unveined one was like there's a difference of $1. But what do you guys think that's like? Isn't it worth it? If you guys don't
Well-
want to do the work,
well, that's if we can find that actual shrimp, because I know what you're talking about, Caesar. And if I'm at the butcher shop and I find the actual already deveined shrimp, 100%, I'm going for that because I'm already buying the already peeled shrimp and whatnot. But I'm not finding the already deveined shrimp. So
They're
Yeah,
at
that's
Walmart,
that's
though.
another thing is
we're not going to
usually-
Walmart, bro.
Usually they're
What butcher
already
shop?
done.
What do you? I've heard you say that multiple times. Butcher shop. Where do you go?
Wherever the deal is. I'm usually going to like Food City, Super, Ranch Market.
Oh, see, that's not a fucking butcher shop.
Yeah, it's
They
not.
have a butcher
I don't know why you
section.
keep calling it a butcher shop.
It's
It's
like
just
carniceria.
their market.
That's a El Super or a Ranch Market, bro.
Yeah, we go to
No,
ranch most of the time,
no.
or El Super.
It's like my dad. He works at a carniceria, but they still sell.
Yeah,
At your dad's place, Joel, do they have deveined shrimp already hand?
No,
Well, freak.
they
that
have
that really isn't like a thing in carnicerias.
they have ribeyes. I bought a couple of ribeyes there.
Man, we should make
Oh,
more
my dad.
food.
They asked me, how fucking thick do you want them, and I was like 1.5 inches, and they were like cha cha.
Mhm.
Cha-cha.
Pero bien gruesos.
Yeah, they didn't let me in though, but whatever. I got my meat.
Why don't they? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, COVID.
I was about to say like you're banned from the shop or some shit.
Este güey no me la dejas entrar, okay?
I just like to imagine a long line at the door, and then they're just going out with like the
No,
sacks of meat.
I've been in
just
there
everywhere.
a couple times. It's really weird because there's like 20 dudes all just cutting meat.
That sounds hot, dude. I would love to be
That's
in
a
there and
job right
freaking.
there.
It's
That's
actually
a
really
job.
cool.
I imagine like your dad, not your dad specifically, but any kind of butcher can go in there and kind of like be fascinated by how to like. I'm assuming you guys are getting like the whole thing and kind of picking the different parts, like, oh, this is a ribeye versus another piece of meat,
Oh
and
yeah.
so on and
I
so
mean,
forth.
every time we go to the grocery store, my dad, it's like almost like when we go to the video games section, and we're like, oh, cool, look at the games. He goes and looks at meats and the cuts, and he's like, oh, he's like,
He's like, look at that
that's not a
knife.
good cut. That's not a good cut. Or like, yeah, sometimes like when we go to Texas Roadhouse or something, and he looks at the cuts, and he sees how the people are cutting, it, and they're like, no, you see, that's not a good way to cut it. You need a little, you can't put so much leverage in it and everything. So it's like, yeah. I mean, my dad's been working as a butcher since we've been here in Arizona, so
Damn.
a lot of experience.
Yeah,
He's
I
he's
would
the
imagine.
como se llama salt guy.
Joel, does your dad like ever like go to town on like a piece of meat like at your own house, like you see him like just maneuver through some cuts of meat?
Oh yeah, for sure. But even then, all the meat that he brings from work, and he cuts it himself.
Okay, that's fair.
Yo, does he have like a legit pair of knives or a set
Yeah,
of knives?
yeah.
Oh shit.
I,
Uh,
I
th-
think I think it was what was it? Like 2 Christmases ago, me and my mom we bought him a nice set.
Yeah, I can only imagine as a butcher you have an amazing idea of good meat, like right off the bat, just looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
I
could
can
also be
imagine
a
doing that.
sin. It could also be a
Sin?
curse as well. Just like, I didn't mean sin, but it could also be a curse just because, for example, you go to Texas. My uncultured ass. I'll go to Texas and I see just meat. I'm like, cool beans, let's do it. But for him, I assume it's kind of like, no, I don't want that piece of meat. I want that piece of meat. If he was a Karen, of course.
You
It's the
know.
same thing when girls look at computers. Oh, it's just a computer. Well, I'm over here like, bro, that has an i7 with the 1070, fucking 16 gigs of RAM. That shit is lit.
But no, because there's RGB on it, they want it.
Yep.
That makes me think of when I had gone to Rudy's. I think I was coming back from Tombstone, Arizona, and we it's like near the IKEA over here in Tempe, and I was like, oh, Rudy's, like, what the hell is that? And it's a barbecue joint, and it's really really good. Like it's like 12-hour, um, like the meat that's on the burner or whatever for like 12 hours straight, and then you get it like right there, and they like slice it up for you. And it's really good. And I remember hearing that if you go down to Texas and if you were to go to eat to one of those places, they don't give you barbecue sauce. And if you were to ask for it, like some places like would actually ask you to leave because their meats are meant to be eaten just like straight, just how they are, and like it's almost like an insult. And I'm like, I could not imagine that.
No, I'll eat the meat however the fuck I want to eat it. I'm paying you to give me the meat.
Arby's. We have the fucking meats.
Jesus, I've never had Arby's, and I have no idea how they're still in business.
Dude, dude, don't get me started, all right? I think Diego's the only one that actually like admitted that he actually doesn't mind Arby's, but
Yeah, it's fine.
in my head, for me, it's so rich. Like this, it's so I don't know how to explain it. It's so gross. The cheese on it, like you can, it doesn't taste like cheese, but you get the gross part of the taste of cheese, if that makes sense. Like it's, I can have 2 bites of it, right? I can have 2 bites of a fucking roast beef sandwich, and I will call it a day because it's so, it'll sit in my stomach, and it just leaves so much nasty taste in my mouth, or nasty textures, I should say. And I used to date a girl that was so about it. Like she said, she swore by their curly fries, right? And I was like, "Yo, you're talking a lot of shit, bro. Jack in the Box's curly fries is the bomb." I was like, "Let's go test this thing out." The grossest, oiliest. The fries were filled. The fries
Ugh.
were filled with oil, bro, and they were empty inside as well. So you're getting the skin of the fry and oil.
Ugh.
I've never been more mortified, and I've had it multiple times because like, oh, maybe it was just a bad day. I
Their
went.
marketing was on point, but I'm like, is there really people like inside that Arby's and actually going and buying shit? Like that's something I would always like. I know who they were because their fucking marketing. They had like ads every year, and obviously, but I couldn't just imagine someone going to like, hey, getting in a car with your friends, and you're like, you know what I want? I want some fucking Arby's.
It's I would love to see the day that Diego tells us, "Hey guys, let's go get some Arby's."
You can go suck a dick.
Yeah, we're going
You
to
get
Burger
some,
King and you're gonna like it.
yeah. We get tacos or sushi, bro. You have two choices.
I don't even like sushi, so tacos.
You like sushi? Oh wait.
No, no,
It's
Joel
alright.
doesn't. Joel doesn't.
Oh yeah. No, Joe doesn't like any seafood at all.
I like ceviche.
Didn't you?
You don't fuck with camarón, Joel?
Didn't you say
Yeah, I just
you
said I
don't
love
fuck with?
ceviche.
I swear you told us that you don't fuck with seafood.
Fish and shrimp is all I do.
That's all you need, really.
Nah, you need some squid, bro.
Ugh.
Yeah, that young squid in your intestines, bro. And you need
I
an oyster.
the first time I had octopus nigiri, which is just a slab of octopus on top of rice. That thing was the chewiest shit of all time.
Bro,
Like,
that's why I love it. It's so chewy.
how do you like that? I cannot stand chewy meat. Period. And I was
Chewy,
born.
well, chewy meat, no, but chewy squid or octopus, yeah, it's lit. But like, if I'm eating a steak and it's chewy as fuck, I'm out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta show me where you're getting the squid from, Caesar. You're probably making it yourself. You gotta show me the squid
Yeah,
because
boy.
I've literally only had terrible experiences with squid.
No, you gotta make it.
No, it's nasty. Like, you're eating the shrimp whole, like, it's not even properly cleaned out or anything. Nah.
True, I will give you that. I have no idea if I'm eating it correctly or not, or if I'm like safely eating it.
Safely eating shrimp?
No, the squid.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't know how you would, because when I was watching a few like Gordon Ramsay videos, he was cooking some squids, and he said something along the lines of, you don't want to overcook it, or else it'll be too chewy or it'll be too tender, and you don't want that. I'm like, no, that's absolutely what I want, but at the same time, apparently it becomes gelatinous, which I don't know. Squid's a tough nut to crack when it comes to cooking. I bet.
Yeah, they're all super different.
oh my god, that's so
Yeah,
much
I
better.
don't like crab or lobster either.
What?
I think,
Everyone
Yo,
shockingly.
what do
Those are
you,
different. I mean, they're almost like a vanilla type taste. That's the best way that I could ever really
mm,
describe it to
hell
someone.
no.
vanilla,
What?
you're
What the fuck
fucking
you eating?
nuts.
Yeah,
Big man, what
there's a
vanilla
part
are
of me that's
you
like whenever I
talking
eat
about?
like crab
Vanilla and
especially, it tastes like vanilla. It's so good.
No. The hell?
What?
he's all eating it. It's so sweet. Oh my god.
Just like ice cream.
That makes me question, one, what type of crab or lobster he's eating, or two, what kind of fucking ice cream is he eating? My god.
Yeah, there you go.
The nice
There's two
fishy
problems
kind.
here. Damn, some
He's
ice
like,
cream sounds amazing.
I make my own ice cream, so
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was looking at Amazon this morning just because I was bored, and I saw some ice cream makers, and it seems intriguing. I want to try my own ice cream, but I
you
can't. I
bring
won't
up
be.
a good point of ice cream makers. I always hear sex jokes related about them. I don't understand. I never get them.
What?
A
I
What?
sex
never
joke
get
on an
them.
ice cream maker?
What?
Yeah, Family Guy always makes sex jokes about the ice cream makers. They're like, um, fuck, I don't even know how to explain myself, but there's like a
The
sex
dripping
joke
white stuff.
that's that's related around an ice cream maker.
What?
Yeah,
I can't think. I'm trying to think of myself, like all the jokes I can make about ice cream makers. I can't make none.
here,
I
let me Google
guess
it. Family Guy ice cream.
I'm gonna assume it's cum
Man,
related.
I want some ice cream now, man. What the hell? It's not
Same
like I could
dude.
just go outside and get some too.
Ice cream
Look,
maker
and I'm not the only one. There's a Reddit page, a Reddit
jokes.
post. It's like, Peter, I'm having troubles on the toilet. Bring the ice cream maker. Can someone explain this joke?
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming it's gonna be about milkshakes because with a milkshake, when you make a milkshake, it's a fucking it's a rod with a thing at the end, which is either blades or it's something that mix everything with. I think that's maybe what they're talking about, where they stick it up their ass to make the shit come out.
Ugh.
I like that you instantly assumed it was about sex.
I thought it
Well,
was about sex.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I thought.
Yeah, it's something kinky related.
Okay, not in that joke. That joke is just constipation. If you can find me the kinky joke, I'll do my best to dissect this thing. But that joke is about constipation, big man.
Who's eating?
Oh, me. You could hear me?
Yeah, no,
I just heard you like fucking throw that chip in your mouth.
he continues to eat, bro.
Oh my
It sounds
god!
like chicharron, bro.
No, they're popcorn.
I was about to say it sounds like a sapiton.
Yeah, we're making good snacks.
Yeah, I fell asleep at like 3 in the morning. What's today? Saturday, so this must have been Wednesday night. On Netflix. Oh shit. Um, I was watching this thing
Chicharron.
called "What Happened to Next" or "What Happened to Monday." It's pretty much a movie about like in a world where you're not allowed to have more than one child, so you can't have any
And then
siblings.
there's 7 twins, right?
Yeah, there's 7 identical twins, and they pretty much have to live under one identity and just switch off. You know, everyone gets one day to go out in the real world and whatever. And the government is taking all the siblings and they're supposedly, putting them in cryo sleep, but they're actually like incinerating them like ASAP.
Whoa.
But it made me think. I'm like, yo, uh, if the option was available, would you, put yourself in cryogenic sleep?
100%.
And they're
Without.
like, if they pay you, like, hey, if you put yourself to sleep, which actually sounds like really bad with the whole veterinary, the vet term, like, hey, we're gonna put them to sleep. And if you put
Mm,
yourself to sleep, we'll give you 50 grand, and when you wake up and you got a house and whatever. But I think I probably do it just to. If I lived a good life,
For 50 grand? No, that's nothing.
hear me out, Diego. Hear me out. So
Especially when you look at hold on. Especially when you look at the future and how 50 grand would be inflated, I'd be like, if I come out and you only give me 50 grand from when I first went into cryo sleep, no, that's against the law. I would say give me the inflated amount.
you can make that argument 100%. However, you gotta think of it this way. There's two things I'm thinking about. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all my money I have right now into a savings with interest, and then however many years along the line that I wake up, boom, I gain a lot of interest, and almost like that first episode of Futurama where dude had like what $3 in his bank account and then left with millions. That's what I would want to do. But the
Bold
other thing that
assumption for you to think that it'll be the same currency after all that time, though.
then
yeah,
I
bro.
screwed
What if
myself.
we?
Oh
Then I
yeah.
screwed myself at
Especially I
that
mean
point.
if it would depend how much time we're talking about.
I mean,
Um,
let's
same as Steve Rogers, so like 80, 90 years.
okay. Then it would only at that point
Nah, we'd probably still be
we
using
would still
money.
be using U.S. dollar. or whatever currency we're gonna be using. Um, so yeah, I think you would have some inflation, but even then, you still have some pretty good pennies. My
Nah,
thing
I
is,
wouldn't.
I want to experience it the future. I have a crippling fear of missing out on history. Like if I could, I would become
As
immortal.
there
I
as
don't care.
there's a pandemic going on.
As there's a pandemic, yes.
Oh no, I'm
And
missing
like the
history.
second revolutionary civil rights movement.
Exactly. And with all that, say I was 50 right now. I would kill myself. Not want to kill myself, but I would beat myself up.
Jesus.
I would beat myself up because I can't participate in all of this. Obviously, I can't go to the riots because of the pandemic. I don't want to get corona because I'm gonna die.
Peter, you're not even going to them.
It's
I,
you
I'm
know
not. I'm
it's
not.
it's kind of
To the risk of
amazing
corona.
how they're no longer protests, they're riots now.
It's amazing that they didn't even start off as riots, and they're trying to end the riots, but the riots are still happening because dumbasses. But to put it back towards the cryo sleep, I want to see what my nieces and nephews are doing in 80 or so years. They're gonna be old geezers. They're gonna have grandkids of their own, and I want to meet those grandkids.
So you want to miss out on their lives to just see the end product? That doesn't make any sense.
Yes and no. Obviously,
What the fuck?
I do want to be in their lives enough for that to happen. But at the same time, you can't tell
But you
me you
won't.
would.
You'll be there. They'll be older than you, and they're gonna die before you. How is
No,
that
but
any
at least I
better?
would have the stories though. At least they'll be able to tell me the stories of what happened. Like how did my mom pass? How did my sister pass? So on and so
Why not
forth.
live it?
Right, but why
Yeah,
not? Why
that but
not be
that's
a
Why
something
part
not
of
be
their
you
there
stories?
by the side of your mother as she
you
passed?
already have. Yeah, you already have that right now. You have the opportunity to do it now.
Oh
It's
yeah,
kind of a
no,
way of like kind of bitching out,
Your own personal.
missing out on all the things that are already gonna happen, all the
It
good
sounds actually
things.
you're trying to be like you have good intention, but you honestly sound greedy when you
I am
say when you.
greedy. I am.
Yeah,
You're
you
100%.
because you're trying to say.
I
No,
think
100%. I am greedy in this sense, but
nah,
that's gonna be the reason for me being greedy because
nah.
I want to see how the future is. I want to see how things play out, and if I can skip over me dealing with whatever we I have to deal with right now, then so be it. It
Peter,
is
you
tough luck
sound
for
like a
me.
23-year-old college girl explaining why she's sucking off a 6-year-old to enjoy her high lifestyle.
It's my OnlyFans. Look at my house.
I don't care. Look at my car.
What are you doing at 23? Speaking of
No,
which,
if
Yeah,
yes,
what if like
fun.
you show up at a point in time where they've already coped with all the death and like loss that they've already like gone through, and they're like finally trying to be happy, and you show up. Hey, you remember that one fuck you love
Either
so
way,
much?
Pedro, if you think about it, you're gonna be inferior to all those people, and even in like very greatly, they're gonna have better genes that were passed down. They have they just know more history than you would.
bro, my jeans ain't getting good, fam.
He's
But
gonna be like,
Exactly.
I
"Ha,
get you
you died
mean.
of diabetes."
So you'd be like in a Hunger Games situation. You would see all these people as
Too many people talking
like.
at the same time.
Go ahead, Diego.
You make a point. But I'm assuming in this 50 grand scheme, I'm hoping that they would be like, hey, we're gonna follow your bloodline down, and this is the person that you're gonna go to. Period.
Realistically, $50,000 isn't that much.
No, it's not. But I would do it for free. The 50 grand is a bonus. Diego, what are you doing, big man?
Yeah,
But yeah, that's my reason towards that. So I will happily take cryo sleep. But what about
I'd
you
probably only,
guys?
I'd probably only do it if everyone I knew died or the fucking love of my life died. Yeah, if I
No,
have no reason to
of
stay
course.
here, fuck it. I'll fucking wait till the world gets better or
you hear
worse.
this? You hear this, man? I have no reason to be here.
No. The way you said it was, no, I'll do it only if everyone else dies. That's the way I heard it.
If everyone I knew died, yeah.
Yeah, I guess in that sense, true as well. But you have to also think, Steve Rogers, he came back, he didn't know dick about anything. He was still he was struggling with the phone. He didn't know who Marvin Gaye was. Like that's something that you
I
had to
don't even know who
sacrifice.
the fuck Marvin Gaye is.
Borowski. All right, hold on. Ah, jeez. Really, you don't know who Marvin Gaye is?
No.
Marvin Gaye.
American singer, songwriter, record producer. He helped us out in the
Oh,
Motown
yeah.
60s. Prince down to Motown. Or Prince of Motown.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, we shouldn't be playing music. I was gonna play the songs for you, but copyright. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, look up Marvin Gaye, bro.
Honestly, I wouldn't do cryogen because I would want to experience Donald Trump passing away.
You want to experience that?
Yeah, fuck him.
I think he would be the first one. He would be the first one in cryo sleep, bro. I feel.
His raggedy old ass.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to turn into a bag of bones yet.
Nah, bro.
But
See, what if yeah, it's gonna be different. But what if it's a bad different?
sucks to suck, doesn't it?
Like what if Russia somehow invades the U.S. and
Listen,
then you wake up and you're forced to be a fucking like a Russian soldier?
it would be AI. Yeah, I think at some point Russia's gonna stop focusing on us and focus on taking down the whole world's pandemic, which would be like global warming or something along those lines, which will backfire, and we all have to move to Mars. That's another thing. Oh wait, that's another thing. We're planning a move to Mars. Let's say we do cryo sleep. Are they gonna bring our bodies over to Mars and have us chill over there?
No, because first we need to terraform it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Let's say
I could put
let's
you in cryogenic sleep and put you on Mars right now. You'll wake up and you're dead in seconds.
let's say it's not 80 or 90 years. Let's say it's 1,000 years from now. Do you think in 1,000 years we would be in Mars?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do
then
you think cryogenic sleep would be a good way or method to teleport transfer humans to Mars because of the long time it would
mm,
take to get there?
no, not at all.
Why?
Because
Do you
I,
rather have humans age on the way?
how long does it take to get to Mars?
It's a long time, my dude.
Wasn't it like 3 years or something along those lines? Hold on, let me look this up.
You want to waste a couple of years of your life just traveling to one spot?
If it means leaving out the rest of my life, yeah. How long does it take to get to Mars? First thing. Oh, 150 to 300 days. Easy peasy. You got a year.
Oh, okay.
Bada boom. All right.
Yeah, but if you're sleeping, you don't gotta have. Well, in this, I'm using the cryogenic sleep method or ideal that I got from that movie, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to eat or sleep. Oh, you don't have to eat because you're obviously asleep.
You just gotta sleep, bro.
Yep.
You wouldn't need to in cryogen because cryogen implies that you're fully frozen. You're 0 Kelvin, and no energy is.
Being
There's
wasted.
no energy there. Essentially, there's no motion of particles. Therefore, no energy is being wasted. Yeah,
Because
zeroth law of
everything stops.
thermodynamics.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even think cryo sleep is even possible. I think
It's not.
you just die.
It'll violate the 0th law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, man. Words.
No, it's legit. It's a law. It says that Nothing can be 0 or less than absolute temperature.
Okay. That yeah, I'll agree with you on that. What's what's one thing like okay, so that's kind of got me thinking. Let's say 100 years from now, even though okay, you guys shut me down. I'm not going forward to see my grandchildren. What is something that you want to see in the future? Like
Well,
what's like any
the
kind of
house
product
market fall. That's
you think
something
they
I
should
want to see.
so
I
you can
want to
What?
just
buy
buy
a
a house
house.
next 80 years. Let's put it that way.
We'd
We'd
be
be
a
100.
hundred.
We would be 100.
I would want to live to see the new century. Yeah, I would do it.
I would like that too. I mean, a plane is arguably a flying car. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I see by the end of like 2050, I don't think people will own cars. Cars will be a service because vehicles will be fully autonomous and nobody will own a car anymore. We'll just call it up like if it was an Uber Eats.
Yeah, I agree with Joel. I'll agree with that. It was it was Google, Tesla, and I think Uber at some point. We're trying to make self-driving cars. But in terms of trucks, I don't remember. Why why is Mercedes coming to my head? Let me see. Self-driving trucks. Uh, there's UPS self-driving apparently, but I don't know about a certain company. I know what you mean. It would make sense, but at the same time, you'd feel bad for the truckers that really love the trucking style. Because most truckers aren't even doing it for careers; they just love trucking.
Because that's all I know.
I feel like the one thing that I would kind of want to see in the next 80 years is see how much the world has changed in terms of pollution. I would say. Obviously, we're extremely close to the point of no return when it comes to fucking the earth. And that's why I kind of agree with Joel when he says that cars are probably going to be obsolete because I'm pretty sure at some point there's going to be a lot where it's going to be like we cannot produce more pollution, period. Everyone fuck out the car, and then at that point, yeah, only Uber drivers or something along those lines are going to be the only ones who are going to be able to be driving. Um, for some reason, I consider this quarantine kind of a little test for it because I'm kind of embracing that. I'm kind of bracing myself for when that time comes because I feel like that time is coming sooner than later. Maybe not completely outlawing cars where to the point to where they're just completely illegal, but more so where it's not PC enough, if that makes sense. Hmm. Right, right, and you look at people like, especially when was it, like around 2009 maybe, when Priuses were blowing up. Those people thought themselves as, people were kind of bashing them for being, either semi-electric or fully electric. Um, but really, like, those are the people that are kind of stepping ahead, if that makes sense. I feel like, maybe to reiterate what I was saying, maybe electric cars would be, you know, acceptable, but even then, it depends on how much you drive that car. Because I mean,
It's
I'm assuming.
worse because the amount of pollution uh, created when you create an electric vehicle. Namely, I saw this one video from an engineering channel on YouTube. They found that the amount of pollution that a Tesla Model S makes, it would take 5 years of constantly driving a combustion engine vehicle to produce the amount of pollution that manufacturing a Tesla does.
What the fuck? Really?
Yep. Yep. So initially, when you drive a Tesla, you have polluted the globe for 5 years. It's equivalent to if you were driving a gas powered car for 5 years. After that time, after those 5 years, then the electric vehicle starts to be less
Of,
pollutant.
of a footprint.
Yes. Yeah, but even then, I think we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna exhaust the materials. Like for example, uh, silver, cobalt, gold, those materials that we all need for electronics. Yeah, they're only like mineable in Africa, and they're just mineable by kids because you know, yeah. No, but even then, it's fucked because first of all, you to mine those materials, they create pollution, but then and then those countries engage on it with child labor. So who knows?
You know
And
what's
then
funny? I actually
the,
had solar power as one of the topics to go over.
I would
uh,
love solar power
solar
to be
power is not
installed in my
viable
house,
right now
Why do you say that? Because of the upfront cost,
because there's
or
nowhere to
the
store it all. Because the batteries we have aren't that good.
yeah, I feel like the
Well, yeah, well, we could say a lot of things in 90 years, but it
I
actually
would
has to happen, and right now it's not looking like that.
I would say in the next 10 years, maybe solar power to be a little bit better, man.
No, it's just that solar power is too unreliable. We live in Arizona, so it's easy to assume that the rest of the Earth has that amount of solar coverage. But no, that doesn't happen. A single cloud could mean that could be the factor if your city gets light and doesn't get light. That it's so unreliable in that aspect.
but do you think for Arizona it's viable and reliable
No, no.
Really?
Hmm.
because of the amount of reliability it has or the battery situation?
It's just that there's no way to. All right, first of all, solar panels aren't efficient at all. They're when you first use them, they're only 20% efficient, and then after you use them, you're lucky if it's more than 10% efficient.
What the
So,
fuck?
yeah, so it's not this like holy grail. Like it's it has potential, but right now, where its current state is, and right now, like it's very hard to make it more efficient. Like high end $1,000 panels are 15% efficient, so it's like it's not massive changes, and it's not economical right now. And then
Yeah, it's like
the
30
problem is
grand to do your
that
house right now.
when you inject all that energy into the power grid, it it's still not enough, because when everybody gets home around 5 from work, that's when you see the peak. But guess what happens around 5 and 6? The sun starts to go down.
Hmm.
So everybody's home at 5 and 6, turning on air conditioning, turning on the TV, firing up the stove, washing up some clothes, right at the same time that the sun wants to go to bed. So it's like
The
the
sun.
it's just the behavior that we exhibit. Obviously we work with light, but when we rest is when we use more energy. But that's when obviously the sun goes away. So we can't take advantage of that. And yes, if we were to somehow store that excess energy that we don't use while we're not at home, that would be part of the solution. But I think the biggest solution is just making sure to store everything. But even then, I think nuclear energy is the way to go.
Oh, nuclear. Also, what
Yeah,
the?
and when I say nuclear, don't get scared. It's not that bad of a thing. All it does, no, really. A lot of people would think it's like, yeah, it's spewing radiation, I guess. But what it actually does is that they just inject water into the nuclear reaction. They don't put it directly into it, but they pass it through tubes that are non-radiating, so that the water heats up and gets converted into steam.
These like long tubes made of
Mhm.
lead, no?
Yeah, so and then that's when you just pass them through a high pressure and a low pressure turbine, and then pass them through a condenser, extract all the heat, and it's like people people hate coal facilities because it's the same thing. They fire up coal to heat up the water, and then they pass it through steam turbines. But the same thing is done with nuclear, and nuclear heats up water a lot faster for a lot less. Except the main cost is paying the people to maintain it. That's honestly the biggest cost in nuclear.
Wasn't it because of like a lack of water that Chernobyl happened? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, it's just negligence of the people who were
Yeah, they
there.
just weren't keeping track of
Hmm.
the reactors and it blew up. I mean, that's another strong possibility, right? Going back to what we were saying about, the next 80, 90 years is, I mean, we're already, it's, seemingly not really, right? But what most people would kind of assume to like allude to like a second civil war. Not really, I know, but there's all these people that like to talk about it that way. I think maybe we'll have gone through like another third world war easily.
I mean, shit, we were freaking on the brink of it beginning of 2020. We were all worried about, oh, who's getting drafted, who isn't getting drafted. What does it take for me to
Maybe not
not
the
get
draft. I
drafted?
mean, that
Um,
that's not. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not like back then where they would take people to do boots on ground and do that type of combat. It would just be throwing nukes at each other, and even then,
yeah. That's scary. Do you think it's gonna be nukes, or do you think it's gonna be chemical weapons as a
I
deterrent?
would I would hope that it would be actual weapon. I would hope it would be combat like it was for the past two world wars,
it's not though
and
because think
Ah,
about how much combat
bro.
has changed.
Dog, you telling me you have a nuke in your hand, and you have a chemical weapon in your hand, and you have a gun on the table. You gonna put the both of them down and pick up the gun?
think of it this way: if one person lays down the nuke, everyone's throwing the nuke, and to some people that's the end of the world, right? I would rather us settle it. Okay, let's say for you and me, Caesar. Let's say we get into an argument. I'd
No,
rather.
we're talking countries though. We're not talking.
I understand. I
Obviously, if
understand.
it
I
was just
understand. 100%. I understand we're talking countries, but just hypothetical, yeah. Let's say you and me get into an argument. I'd rather throw a punch at you than shoot you, because obviously the argument I'd rather settle this difference. And I would hope that the countries would think the same. That you know what, we have this military. Let's settle a few battles here. If we still can't declare a winner, then of course some egos are going to be tested, some bloods are going to be boiled, and then yes, at that point, someone's going to look at the new codes.
No, but
But
countries see it like this. There's two families, right? You kill one of my sons, right? Do you think I'm gonna go over there and beat your ass? No, I'm gonna pull out the shotgun and I'm gonna shoot you up, dog.
Yeah, I understand
well,
your side, Peter, where you're looking at it as just like two countries arguing like normal men and would just, like get rough with each other and that's the end of it. It gets resolved. But they're not having an argument over something little. They're trying to, one is trying to like infiltrate the other's family and whatnot and do some major damage.
Joel crunching.
Yeah, they're
No,
trying
the
to do-
problem is patriotism.
Yes, yeah, people are willing to kill and die for what they believe in.
For the motherland.
For the motherland.
No, yeah, it's true though. Like, yeah, you think you come over here and just make me look like a fool, bitch? Why don't you inhale this white gas? and
That's
kill
all it is. It's
50,000
pride and
people?
ego, and people are willing to just freaking kill for it. So I do get that side that it's
Yeah.
just if you view it like an
I-
argument, people can resolve
I
it.
think
But
the next-
it won't be like that.
The next big thing will be a big ass chemical attack, and it's gonna happen in France, bro. And if it happens
Why
pretty
France?
soon, and the FBI kicks, I don't know,
You're
bro.
playing too much Modern Warfare
Yeah,
3,
what are you
man, dude.
talking
I
about?
know. What the fuck? I was about to say.
It's gonna be France, bro.
Nah, let's put bets on
Yo,
it now. Then
it's gonna be on the CIA watch list now.
For real, I'm like, if the
If you ever
FBI, like,
travel, they're gonna.
if
fucking
that actually
kill you.
happens, and I disappear, it was the fucking CIA, bro.
you called it, bro.
Or
Called it.
MI6.
Also, I'm not gonna take bets on what it's gonna be. I'm just gonna hope it never happens.
Never say never, boy.
Jesus. This guy's like, you guys want to bet how many people die? But yeah, we'll see, man.
Nah, I feel like whatever world war happens next, it's gonna put a huge chunk on the population.
I hope so.
I'm willing to bet. Yeah, me too. I'm willing to bet that a good chunk of the population is just gonna be wiped. Like, what are we at now? 8
Close
billion?
to it,
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet it goes into 7 billion.
something.
We knock out at least 1 billion. Let's call it that. At least.
By we, do you mean like 1 billion less in the U.S. or in the world?
In,
By
in the
thinking like
world.
that, Pedro, I feel like you should be one of those 500 million men.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. I ain't talking this shit and staying behind, man. I'll go in the trenches with the shotgun.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, man, fight for our country, and they're just over here clicking away.
The Karens, yeah. Nah,
I can't. I have dyslexia, so I can't do it.
if I'm drafted, I'm drafted. You know, it is what it is.
I don't know. I think for most
Well, there's
people
not
they
gonna be a
can
draft.
claim like retardation or something.
The first 30 seconds they get a gun, they instantly they shoot themselves in the fucking like in the leg or something.
Those are full of what?
That Family Guy skit where like, no, we got a dead guy fucking taking care of the
Oh
place.
yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah. They're like, Stewie, it's okay. Like if we shoot each other, we're gonna get honorable discharge. No, you're gonna be here.
You're staying here, boy.
Yeah, we got a dead guy guarding the armory.
I was just playing because PlayStation just fucking released World War II Call of Duty, and I played the first mission. I was like, son of a bitch, dude! Like,
It's trash.
how many times do I have to relive D-Day through Saving Private Ryan and now this? You know what I mean? I
I've
don't
never
know.
watched Saving Private Ryan.
Really?
Yep.
It's an amazing movie, dude. I would highly recommend. It's honestly one of my favorite movies. It's got Vin Diesel.
For like a few scenes. what a glowing review!
got Vin Diesel.
It's got Vin Diesel.
Jesus Christ.
It's got Vin Diesel, bro. What else do you need? Yo, if they make a sequel to that, there better be The Rock and Vin Diesel and Stone
Saving
Cold.
Private Ryan. What are you talking about?
Yeah, another sequel to Saving Private Ryan. This time it's Ryan's grandkid or something.
All right, calm down, Mister Fucking Activision Black Ops 2 bullshit ass storyline.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
The numbers, Mason.
What do they mean?
No, but yeah,
What do they
Caesar,
mean?
you should watch Saving Private Ryan, Caesar. It's a good watch.
I feel like you were gonna say something else and kind of stopped yourself.
No, I was talking about. I'm telling you, go watch Saving Private Ryan.
Ryzen.
Saving Private Ryan. It's
Ryzen.
a movie.
Ryzen, bro, Ryzen.
Ryzen.
I still don't have my motherboard. Kind of
They
sad.
they released the prices in Italy, and because Amazon Italy had the prices for the new Ryzens, and freaking they're around 300, $500.
Oh, Ryzen 4th generation. I was like, the fuck are you talking about?
No, they're 3900s. The Ryzen 930, some BS like that, but still Ryzen 3rd gen.
What?
Yeah, let me try to find the article for you.
Are you sure? Because
There's-
fourth generation Zen 3 is their new architecture.
It might have been Zen 3. It might be what I'm thinking of. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like,
Ryzen
what?
Italy. Ryzen Italia. Okay, so no, it's I'm thinking of something else. Yes. Well, hold on. Chief.
Hold on.
39 XT.
Okay, that might be what I'm
What do we
thinking
have
of.
so far, Caesar?
We're at 56 right now, so I think this would be a good cutoff.
Not bad.
So yeah, not bad, right? All right, I'm gonna start recording.